This is the last day that I get to go and wake up to feeding and seeing Mona in the morning. For anyone who doesn't know, this is my friend's little cat, and she has been, I've known her since she was born, Mona, and I got my friend to go and adopt one of the litter, and she picked Mona, and since then she's been a big part of my life and videos. And whilst my friend was away, I looked after Mona, which I love. It's always a privilege, a pleasure to go and see her, and that's what I'm doing at the moment, is driving to go and see her. As far as the daily challenge goes, this is a daily art challenge video, and I've not been labelling my videos with that title because I wanted to make them about the actual art instead of about the challenge or about the vlog style aspect of the production. And what I've been trying to do with this challenge is to learn the materials a bit better, and in this video it's quite a while ago as well. This is from the 8th of June, and whereas the video that you're watching now is from a couple of days ago, so it's not exactly up to date, but it is how I'm going to be producing them for now, because the challenge got just thrown out of sync by the work that I do, which is interviewing artists, and I produce videos for a gallery, and there are lots of other behind the scenes jobs that I do, but those are the main two things that take up my time. And making art for this challenge had to take a bit of a sideline, as much as I enjoy it. And for this video I'm pushing into acrylic painting, which I've got quite a bit of experience with, but I haven't kept up with it, and I haven't practiced often enough and critiqued myself rigorously enough to improve and build upon what I've learned. So today was a bit of an experimental piece that I thought I would try, and there are parts of it that I like, parts of it that I don't, but we'll get to all of that. For now I'm just documenting my drive in, because I do think the place that I live is beautiful. I really enjoy the nice weather that we've been having, and as I said, being able to go and visit this little cat in the morning has been lovely. But I've also been practicing a bit of piano, because my friend has an upright keyboard with a piano pedal, so it's kind of like learning the piano. So I've been doing a bit of that on the side as well, which is really enjoyable. And yeah, I just find this kind of vlog style video to be quite appealing for me, because I basically want to try and show a little bit of texture around the artwork, and not just an intro video where I talk to the camera and then get down to the art making, which is fine, but I find my viewing interest in my own productions is a greater appreciation when I can see what I've been doing at the time. So here we are, this is where I'm heading to, and this is what I always look forward to. You know, you kind of walk up, put the key in the door, and then you will see a gorgeous little cat. So that is absolutely the highlight of my morning. Here we go. She is a joy to see. I love to go and visit, and it's always nice to have something to really wake you up in the morning and make you think that you've started the day early. Now you can get a job list started, because starting the day late it changes your body clock, and I still stay up late anyway, so it is a long day of work for me most of the time. Okay, so onto the painting, and what I thought I would do for this is to make a painting from imagination. I've done lots and lots of drawing from imagination on this channel, and I enjoy that. If anything, drawing from imagination is my comfort zone, and drawing from reference is something I'm still trying to learn and improve on, even though I'm still unsure what my target should be, whether it should be accuracy or whether it should be a stylization with a hint of the reference. And my thought process at the moment is that I should really try to get as much accuracy as possible, so that as soon as I have earned that in the work that I put in, then I can start to make decisions and deviate from the reference and make stylistic choices. That's my instinct at the moment, is to try and grow beyond just making excuses for inaccuracies. That's how I view it anyway. So that's what I'm going through internally. Whereas painting from imagination is not something I've done very often. I have done it before. Obviously abstract paintings are from imagination, but this is going to be loosely figurative painting from imagination, and it's going to be inspired by a garden, from the fact that I have been visiting my friend's house to go and feed and see Mona. Means that I walk through the garden and I enjoy her plants and flowers and trees, and I wanted some kind of scene to reflect that. And as much as I try to, do something fantastical and as if it's from almost a sci-fi perspective, it's always quite heavily anchored on the real world, and I would like to try and push those boundaries more in the future. But for now, it is what it is, and I can only do as much as I am able with my skill set. But it's still fun and it's still growth, and I do enjoy this. It's by no means easy, I don't think, to make artwork, especially in a day. So the daily art challenge has been something which pushes me to try and find a resolution for the piece at some point before I call it a day. And all I mean by that is that when I was in art school, I had a painting tutor, the only tutor there who was actually worth attending for, to be honest. And the painting tutor said, you don't necessarily have to finish a piece of artwork so long as it is resolved. So paintings don't have to be finished, they just have to be resolved. And if you think about a finished painting being something where every inch of the surface is being covered and considered and rendered, and a resolved painting doesn't necessarily address every aspect of the canvas to a finish, it just tries to make sure that there isn't something which is imbalanced on the picture plane, or something which is making it feel as though it hasn't quite reached a point where you can satisfactorily put down your brushes. And that can be something which is only a decision that the artist can make and internally feel they are happy with. And I'm still wrestling with whether I've done that at the right time. Sometimes it's too late, like my recent video about the abstract work, where I feel as though I should have finished much earlier and I could have left a lot of the space white and scribbled instead of being rendered with pastels of some kind. And at other times it is under-rendered, like I think this one is still under-rendered and could have far more touches here and there to try and just bring out some of the textures and forms in the painting. And that's, I think, what is concerning me about this piece, is that I've made it, I'm relatively satisfied with how the direction of it has guided me to a certain place, but I'm also concerned that there hasn't been enough work put into just the last few touches that make a massive difference in how the painting sits and is viewed tonally. I think tonal paintings are really important to me, and for that I look through my eyelashes, and with this I can see a balance being built where the tones are being balanced to an extent on the right hand side with the heavy darker shadow that's built on the left. But it goes through several processes. As you can see, I went through a point of thinking I'll just paint all the sky black, and then I change my mind and think no, I have to really change that and make it something a lot more engaging for the scene and the environment itself. And then I push it into a place where instead it has this grey blue, almost blue purple, kind of pinky hints in the sky, which I really like skies like that. But there are certain things I'd like to push as well in the sky, a little bit more flat and opaque instead of it being half transparent as some of it is at the moment. These are all things which I reflect on now, because when I did the painting, it was months ago, so I have to try and forgive myself for being swept up in the moment. A lot has happened since, and I know that I have grown from making this painting. It is just a step on the way to somewhere better, and that's how you have to see some pieces of artwork. It's not always going to be the destination. In fact, I don't think it's ever going to be the destination. God, that'd be horrifying if you say, that's it, this painting is where I arrive and there's nowhere to go from this painting. That wouldn't be a very healthy prospect for me. But there are aspects that I can't help but look at and wish that I could pull it out and do something else with it, and that is what I'll do after this challenge. I'll probably make a video where I go through several of my pieces and make amendments that I wish I would have seen in the moment, in the point when I was making the art. But that's not how art is made. It's usually over weeks or months or even years some pieces of artwork take to get to that point where it is actually, where it's somewhere which the artist prefers. So that's what this will be as well.